Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today I've got a pretty... I'm not really sure for the name of this. I was going to say, oh, it's Lord Slug and it's Frieza's army. I'll call it Slug's army, but that's already an archetype, right? And so it's Lord Slug and Frieza's army. I don't know. If you have like a better idea for a name, let me know in the description, or like in the comments below, but... let's get into this. So Lord Slug is a leader from set 4. It has the following: active main once per turn. Choose one card from your life and add it to your hand. Then this card gains critical for duration of the turn. And then also, when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards. And on the awakened side, when this card attacks, draw 1. And then active main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. Your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in the drop area. So pretty much it's just like a lot of hand destruction and critical and stuff like that, so that's really cool. And then pairing it up with a bunch of other card destruction and stuff like that, I think it's a really cool archetype. So first, I have like this engine of like Chile and Limo. I think this engine in general is really powerful, and I've been tinkering with it a lot, and you'll probably see a lot of deck profiles with this kind of engine in the next couple of weeks, but it's pretty much just these Chilas and Limos, and both of them all of them really just qualify with Frieza's Call, so you can play them from cheap and you get their abilities. So let's start with it. So for the Chile cards, there's this 1-drop. When you play this card, draw 1 card, which is nice. And then also for 2 energy, choose up to 1 green Frieza's army with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck, and then play it, and then shuffle your deck. So a lot of these cards summon other cards for energy, but without having to use your hand. So it just kind of furthers your hand advantage by being able to play battle cards without actually having to play them from your hand, which is really nice. And so then there's Chile the Beautiful, which is pretty obvious. When one of your opponent's battle cards is KO'd, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it in the drop area. So pretty powerful there. Just kind of it's really good for just, you're going to blow up your opponent's battle cards anyways. And also it has a lot of synergy with Shocking Death Ball, just because this is able to blow up something on your opponent's turn. So it's since it's once per turn, it can activate on either person's turn, so that's really nice. And then lastly, there's Speedy Entrance Chila. It's a blocker. You can only have one permanent. You can only have 1 of these in play in your battle area. But when your opponent's battle card is KO'd, activate the skill. If your leader card is green, you will play this card from your hand. So it's just kind of like a free blocker with a little bit more of a situation for it. But it's good, and worst case, you can get a blocker with Frieza's Call. I mean, it comes in rest mode, but whatever. It's a Chile. So and then also we've got Speedy Partner Limo. When you play this card, if there's a Chila BR card, so Chila Brawly card in play in your battle area, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it in their drop area. So a lot of just card destruction there. You can get this with Chile Frieza 4 Soldier, and so you're playing this card, draws your card, and then turn 2 you have a play of, you pay 2 energy for this, get this card for free, and then also you plus again because you get to discard 1 card from their hand. So a lot of tempo from that, and a lot of like hand advantage. There's also this Limo. So it's active main once per turn for 1 green. Choose 1 card from your hand, place it in your drop area. Choose 1 Chile BR card with energy cost 2 or less from your deck, and play it. Then shuffle your deck. So you can play this like a good turn 2 play would be using Frieza's Call to get Limo from here, and then using the other energy on turn 2, the green one, for being able to play Chile. And you can get this Chile the Beautiful, or you can get this one. So you pretty much get this card for free because it recycles the card draw you get from there. So lots of synergies and cute little combos you can get in that regard. For the rest of the green package, we've got 4 Surprise Attack Frieza. Really good in this deck, especially since it's critical, but activate the skill when one of your opponent's cards is KO'd. A Surprise Attack Frieza is not in play in your battle area. You may play this card from your hand. So just being able to play this for free as critical for blowing up your opponent's battle cards, which happen anyway. A lot of synergy with this card. And then also we've got Super 17, the Infernal Machine. This is kind of just a little bit of a win more card, but just kind of like an ending condition. So it's got double strike, and also this card's attack cannot be negated, which is really powerful. And when you play this card, you may choose 2 cards in your hand and place them in your drop area. And if you do so, your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hands and place them in the drop area. So just being able to get in general, this deck is supposed to have more hand advantage than your opponent, so being able to drop 2 cards just kind of furthers that hand advantage a lot, so a lot of synergy there. For the yellow package, we've got 4 Assimilate. This card is really good, especially like for Frieza's Call in general. We're kind of lacking in yellow Frieza's Army cards, but since we're Namekian and the Simulate's yellow, and additionally our super combo is a Namekian green one, so we can get it with a Simulate. That's really good here. So being able to choose one green or yellow Namekian card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck and add it to your hand, really great. So once again, we can get our super combo. So being able to search our super combo just in general is great. And since this is this one is specifically Namekian, it's 5 life or less, so you can activate it sooner. And then also for a little bit of filler and a little bit of synergy, we've got Nail Pridynamic. So a couple of reasons why this card is really good. So Auto Burst 2 at the end of battle, which you combo with this card from your hand. If your leader card is a Namekian card, play this card in rest mode. And then the active main, which we don't care about as much, choose one other Namekian card in your battle area, place this card under the chosen battle card, and it gets plus 5k power for duration of the turn. So that second ability, not as prevalent, but being able to kind of get just more cards on field, being able to use Burst 2. Burst 2 is really good for getting cards in a drop area for Toa, but also making sure that Shocking Death Balls online is also really good. So in worst case, you search it with the Simulate, and now you have a yellow energy for next turn, just in case you need it. So cool, just a lot of synergy all around. There's also like the 2-drop Nail that if with like Bond 2. You're able to gain plus 5k in attack and draw a card when you attack if you do. So that card here, let me bring it up. Here we are. So we've got Nail Namekian Ace. So once again, Auto Bond 2. When this card attacks, draw one card. This card gains plus 5k power for duration of the turn. And also, Life or Death Nail isn't like terrible. It's Evolve 2, and then with the Sparking 5, when you play this card, you may choose one card in your life, add to your hand. If you do so, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, switch to the rest mode. I would say this card is better for the side deck, but it definitely has some synergy in this deck, and if we're playing a bunch of nails for free, this is not like the worst one. We're not able to use this permanent probably pretty easily, since if there are 2 or more Namekian cards on this card gains barrier and double strike. But yeah, it's still a consideration. For the rest of your other cards, so we've got Frieza's Call. So pretty much the really good card in this deck. So active main, choose one Frieza's Army card, which is an energy cost 2 or less from your deck, play in rest mode, then shuffle your deck. So all of these Chiles and Limos are an energy cost 2 or less, which is really great. So being able to get Chila the Beautiful out, even if it's in rest mode, is really good if you're gonna blow up one of your opponent's battle cards. Or just using Limo, get for Limo, and then using the on turn 2, and then on the green energy you have open, you'll play a Chile with a cost of 2 also. So that's just like you'll get a lot of like stuff out on the board. You can kind of swarm the board with a bunch of kind of sticky effects, which I think is really good. And then also we're playing 3 Frieza biding his time. So it's a auto when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 2 or less, ignoring barrier and switch to rest mode. So this is really good for making sure that we have stuff to blow up. Switching cards to rest mode in general is really powerful, and since we don't have like a lot of actually like just blow up cards effects, being able to kind of force it is good enough for us. So and it's Frieza's Army and it's yellow, so it just has a lot of synergy in that regard. And then lastly, we've got 2 Dark Temptation Toa. If you want to find room for 3, you probably can. It's an Overwhelm for 3, and when you play this card using Overwhelm, if your leader card is green or yellow, choose one of your leader cards. It gains plus 5k power for duration of the turn, and your opponent chooses one card in their hand and places in the drop area. So it's just like another free body to get out, but it also your opponent discards one card from their hand, which can be really powerful, and just in general, just a lot of hand control effects. Making sure that your opponent has not a lot of resources to use, and if they're kind of like a combo heavy deck, it makes it kind of awkward for them to kind of make sure they have their combo, but at the same time they have to sacrifice a lot of their defense. They're kind of like mediocre cards for that, and you can get through it. So here's the deck. Let me know what you guys think about it. Once again, I really want to get like this Chile Limo engine kind of working with Frieza's Call. I think there's a lot of potential with it, and I've been trying out with a lot of decks. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.